Hey Bryson. Hey Trail Dust. How you going? We're not making a big one. We're only making a small one today. Only making a baby one today. Morning Brad, morning Paul, morning Joel, morning Bobby, Wiley, Floyd. How are we? M6 1.0, M6 1.0. Alright, sweet. Sorry guys, just getting set up. Finding the taps and all that kind of stuff while things heat up. Of course, making a C-clamp, need to make a screw. In this case, we're going to be using a 6mm shaft, 1/4-inch shaft. And we're making the C-clamp out of 10mm spare. How's it going? Ed, James, Wayne, Paul, Wombat, Aaron, Emrys. Sort of, Wiley, yeah, sort of. I'm just testing some theories and stuff like that. It's also part of a process that I'm going through, trying to work out the best way to hold things when I hang them in my new furnace when I build it. And I'm broke as a joke, so, you know, making my own seems to be the best way. It is just past 9 in the morning. Yeah, Aaron. Research and development, pretty much. The thing about this one is it doesn't need to be particularly pretty. I just need it to work, because it's probably going to get heated and reheated and reheated and reheated and reheated a number of times. And if this one works, I may make a bigger one to replace my tempering clamp. my corrective tempering jig, which at the moment is just a plate of 12mm mild steel, the one that I punched that message in, and I'm using an old C-clamp like this one. To do my shimmed tempers with. That one needs to go back in. $1,800 for 240. Oh, fair enough. It's like 100 kilo. That's about right. I'm alive. How's it going, Curtis? Yeah, and they're not that complicated. I'm just going to be making a tiny baby one for clamping onto tangs. Nice, Raffling House. F-clamp, no better. Yeah, right, well. For certain things, I would agree. Re-hafted my bob hammer. Hey, Damascus. Double-tailed busters. No idea what that is. Thanks for dropping in, Neil. Dovetail bolsters, I have, yes. Just making it straight because I'm going to upset that end. Might need to clip the end off though, because that end's a bit ragged. Now comes the question of what did I do with my hot cut? This is why you should never clean up. Nothing's ever where you leave it. Oh. Bollocks, bugger. Now there it is. Hey, Sean. Hey, Chaz. Matt, how you going? Unfortunately, you can't, no. Hit the like button more than that. Pusk, yeah. Bruce's ambles are amazing. Hey, Ben, how you going? No idea, Damascus. Absolutely no idea why they're so expensive. Can you get out of here? Go on. How many times am I going to have to chase you off today? Come on. Move. Really? No. Go on. Go. Didn't make myself a dipper can. Can you use my upsetting block? It's handy for this kind of process, funnily enough. Yeah, I wouldn't live through that, Jared. That's the one, Ben. Hey, Rob. How you going? Forging on a big piece of forklift tine. Cool. Someone said they were going to send me some forklift tine at some point. Can't remember who it was or when. I can't keep track of anything at the moment, so... it depends on the company that makes it. Damascus, normally 4140, 4340. I've heard that some can be 5160 or some form of spring steel. But yeah. I'm just gonna take a cube, do a set down. I have an idea of what I want to do in my head. I'm just kind of going with it. Making a C-clamp, Caitlin, it's in the title. Hang on, Caitlin. Well, fair enough, Damascus. Can't argue with that. Hang on, Joel. Yeah, making the screw. I'm only tapping the screw. It's a 6mm rod. It's the biggest one-handed hammer I would want. Well, that depends. For like general forging work, probably 3.5, 4 pound would be the maximum that I'd go to. Something like this. Something like this 4-pounder that I made would probably be the maximum size of forging hammer that I'd want for general forging work. But if I'm doing drift driving and hammer work, I'm constantly using something like this 8-pound sledgehammer. So I'd say, yeah, around 8 pounds would be the maximum that I'd want for heavy drift driving work and stuff like that. A lot of the time you see me using this 5.5 pound straight beam, which is actually just an old block splitter that I reground. But yeah, most of the time you'll see me using something between 2 and 3 pounds for most of my everyday forge work. While I can swing something heavier than 8 one-handed, there's like diminishing returns. You know, like I could do a short handle version of this 10-pound sledge and swing that, but the amount of energy it takes to withdraw this means that my hammer blows are slower, and so I don't actually get anywhere near as much work done. The heavier the hammer, not necessarily the more efficient the movement of steel. A lot of it comes down to how fast you can swing the hammer. That's why you'll see guys with 2-pound hammers with relatively long handles doing as much work as the guy with the 4-pound hammer with the short handle. Because it's all about the speed of the head rather than the weight of the head. It's kind of like a bullet, a big, fat, slow-moving bullet versus a smaller, high-velocity bullet. Both of them do the job. But one of them you get more shots out of a standard-sized magazine, if you like the analogy. Alright, so made a set now. That's going to be the top jaw. And I'll draw down the center bar and it is a diagonal peen hammer. It was made for me by Bob Bew at B&B Forge. Yeah, thanks, Mark. Yeah, well, more chance of injury with a heavy hammer, absolutely. Hey, Kat. Is there any way to fix crooked eye punch and hammer? Yes. Depends on what way crooked. If it's diagonal, If it's diagonal in the head, then you're in trouble. But like the thing is, you can mount a handle to be straight with a diagonal eye. You just have to mount the handle while it's round, like use round stock or square stock, mount the handle, and then shape the handle after it's mounted so that you can get flats in line with the face. If it's diagonal this way, like, you know, this way through the eye, then you're able to, if you're able to selectively heat, especially with like a coal forge, you can sit it on top of the coal rather than burying it. You can then selectively heat one side and mash that over, or mash one corner over and then drift from the other side and stuff like that. It's a lot of tricky, fiddly forging back and forth to try and get it right. Hey, Byron, how you going? Hey, Eric. You're not late. You're all good. Yes, the Bob Hammer. He was very generous and just completely out of nowhere sent it to me. Yeah, Brent Bailey did a really good video on that. Most of my hammers, you know, like my Charming Hollow Forge hammer is a three pound. My Dog's Head, my English Cutlass hammer is a 2.5 pound. One that I use for a lot of little detail work is this little 12 ounce ball peen. You'll see me bring that out occasionally. But yeah, my daily drivers are normally between 2.5 and 3. I think this Bob U hammer is 2.2, somewhere thereabouts. Oh yeah, I mean, if the misalignment's small enough, you can file it or dynafile it. Use a compressor-driven one. Well, I'll have two available soon. These two. These are going to be English Cutlass hammers. They're made from 40mm thread, all thread from mining company. 4140. These will be around 2.2 pounds. Perth Knife Show has been cancelled, so a lot of the work that I'm doing at the moment's kind of backing up. It'll be going on my Etsy store. Where hopefully it'll actually sell. That'd be nice. All right, I'm gonna do a set down on the other side. Don't know how much material I want. It's always a risk. Better too much than not enough. Yeah, they just couldn't. I do have a crossbeam in my arsenal. I got one here, and I've got another one that I'm about to mount for myself. This one's got a relatively wide peen comparative to the other one. This is going to be my little baby crossbeam. This is my Froggy hammer that I engraved. It's also got the fleur de lis, La Forge de la Vie, and my maker's mark in a inlaid piece of copper. But this will be one of my little light duty forging hammers. So my 2-pound hammers are 175, and and anything 2.5 and above is 200 plus shipping. Prices have gone up since Caitlin bought hers. Price reflects the market, unfortunately. So I'm going to have a 4-inch long bar between the two set downs. All good, Floyd. No rush. They haven't posted yet, but I got an email. It's all right, Caitlin. I have an apron too, Caitlin, but I agreed with Randy to trade a hammer, and his is going to be this straight peen. Unfortunately, the material I made it out of seems to be mild steel, so next step is to forge weld some 1084 to the face and the peen to make it usable. I've already ground them in preparation to do so. I'll get around to that soon. So yeah, I've already announced this over on my Twitch channel, but seeing as you guys are here, so yeah, Perth Knife Show has been cancelled until 2022, and I am no longer planning on going to America for my Journeyman Smith for at least the next 4 years. So, sorry if you guys were hoping to see me over there, but needs must. I said at least 4 years. Yeah, me too, Jared. I'm really glad that it's not either. See you later, Eric. Yeah, thanks, Randy. I'm a fan. It's in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh yeah, this anvil has more rebound than any other anvil I've ever used. Minimum of 58 Rockwell at the face. Hi, Gibberon, how you going? Yeah, so it's a minimum of 4 years Sean, and the reason for that is because that is as short a period of time as I can foresee being both financially able and just physically capable of making. So that is the current plan. Things may change, there's nothing set in stone, but I'm no longer planning out my trip, basically. That's it. I'm just refocusing my attention to things that I can control rather than things that I can't. Well, James, if you ever come to Perth, make sure to let me know. There's a lot of stuff going on, Sean, that I'm not really willing to talk about at the moment. Yeah, Byron, that's pretty much what I'm on. But I'm moving my goalposts backwards until I can feel like I at least have a semblance of a chance of controlling the outcome. No one really has control over anything, but I like to pretend. I don't know why I'm bothering to make this so clean. It's literally just going to be a beat up clamp, but perfect practice makes perfect. I may do a Patreon video if there's enough interest in why, Sean, but otherwise, yeah, just basically, there's some stuff going on that has made me rethink my plans. True, Wayne, true. That's also true, Lauren. Oh, that'd be cool. I'd like to meet Trent at some point. There's a lot of people in the States I'd like to meet one day. Half the people in the chat, for instance. I'll leave it up to you to figure out which half. But I'll give you a clue. If you think it couldn't possibly be me, then it's probably you. Just gonna throw it in there, get the hot cut. Should I bend it before I drill it? Yeah, I should bend it before I drill it. Should bend it before I... should I bend it before I cut it? No. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I got the email. I was registered there. I figure if they're sending out emails, they're not worried about me talking about it publicly. I think it's for the best as well. Fair enough, Randy. Well, you might just get that chance, Wayne. You just got to hold out for a few more years. Perth Knife Show, yeah. Perth Knife Show, not Blade Show. There's our C-clamp body. Doesn't look like one yet, but it will. Fontanini make anvils, but not this Paul Fontanini. He's gonna regret those guys ever going into business. Though I must say the anvils look pretty good. John seems pretty happy with his, which is good. Don't apologize, Wayne. It's really not your job. He's not, no. Oh, nice, Chaz. Yeah, there are a couple people around that have 12-ton, or at least a Coal Ironworks press. But they're soft. Okay. Well, I've spoken to both David Delagadel and Philip Wolfsberger, who both, well, David sometimes works for Coal, and Philip is their head die maker. And the company is a relatively reliable, trustworthy company. They're die makers for makers, as far as I can tell. Were I in the US, I wouldn't hesitate to get myself a Coal Ironworks press. Of course, they don't ship internationally, and I already have Preston. I'm really anal about making this clean. Yeah, I would much prefer a hard anvil and soft tools. Yeah, I would much rather an anvil with a 60 Rockwell face like Ruffling House, or you know, 58 to 60 like this B&W, and have slightly softer hammers. You guys would know that if you followed me for any amount of time. Main reason is it's a lot easier to redress a hammer face or even remake a hammer than it is to redress an anvil face flat once you got dents in it. Let's go with that much. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're gonna make it work. It didn't go as well as I wanted it to. That's okay. We'll work it out. Oh, nice. Yeah, I wouldn't mind one of those tie hammers. Of course, couldn't run it here. Apparently I really need to work on my 90-degree bends. Nothing new there. This next bend is going to be the most interesting one. I might do it in the vise. Actually, I might not be able to fit it in the vise. Oh, we'll try. You never know until you go. My camera is not waterproof, no. It's my phone, and my phone has so many cracks in it that if I put it into water, I would probably lose the phone. Not something I'm really keen to do right now. I have enough financial woes as it is. Don't need to add more. Thank you so much, James. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate it. Seeing as the whole anvil's 58 Rockwell, I very much doubt I could, even if I wanted to, Damascus. Yeah, it's always the risk. Making a C clamp, Rodney, or at least trying. Are we talking about this? anvil, because this anvil does have a upsetting block. Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Make use of what you got. A very, very shitty fucking C-clamp. Good thing I said it was a beta. Thanks, Joel. Oh, right, the double horn your boss is coming out with. Fair enough. Not a hardy block. I'm not sure what you mean. I obviously missed something in the conversation. There we go. C-clamp body. Thanks, Damascus. I really appreciate it, man. Have him in the corner. See you later, Techron. Where'd you get them? 90s. No idea. I'm not going to do upset 90s for those. They just, they're going to stay as they are. And pretty much everything from here on out's machine work. Which is good, because it's fucking hot today. Alright. I will eventually. Hey, Hans, how you going, man? Long time no see. Bevel the corners. Yeah, no, can't be stuffed. If I'm honest. So that's the C-clamp as she stands. This is the top jaw. It's the bottom jaw that's going to get the drill. I'm going to drill a 5mm hole for an M6 thread. More people sending me money. Thanks, Ben. It's not a pittance. I really love it. Thank you so much, man. PET scan showed another. Oh, nice. I'm glad that that's going ahead. It's a biscuit tin. Well, yeah, Damascus. I definitely don't feel like I deserve it most days. But yes, that red tin is an old biscuit tin. But I just keep spare drill bits and various gubbins in there. What did I do with it? I literally had it in my hand. Jesus H. Christ. Hey, Wombat. Yeah, no, I'm glad to hear it didn't metastasize elsewhere, Rob. And I hope you come through it all good. Get back to swinging a hammer. Okay, I need to center punch that. Just needs to be relatively center, doesn't have to be perfectly center. More center than that. I so need a new drill press. Holy shit. Yeah, I really need a new drill press. Wow. It's a Ryobi. It's a crappy Ryobi. I want to make a shave horse from one of your logs. Yeah, nice. I want to make a shave horse too. The reason I say I need a new drill press, right, nice and centered that side, but it literally went that way through the piece. Bottom of the hole, top of the hole. It's horrible. Horrible, horrible. That's okay. We shall deal. Time to get tapping. Yeah, the Ryobi drill press is absolutely shit. Like, yeah, I need a new drill press. But the original idea was that I was going to save up for a mill, and then I could drill straight holes and mill things at the same time. Don't know how viable that idea is either. There we go. Tapped. Might have needed to go another half mil shallower than that. Oh well. We'll see how we go. We'll get the tap started on this. But before I do that, oh, do I want to do it after? No, I'll do it after. Yeah, do it after. If I want an 8mm threaded hole, I go like 6.5. It depends on your thread depth as well. So just then I did a 5mm hole for a 6mm thread. Probably needed to go to 4.5. It's going to be a little shallow, but it did cut, so I'm not too worried. Oh wow, I'm mangling these threads. Oh well. It's a new set of taps, and they've got a chip breaker built in, so the reverse on the every third turn or so is more than enough to break the chips. This would be faster doing it by machine if I had a lathe. Or better yet, just bought some 6mm roll thread, but I don't have any 6mm roll thread, so... Here we are. Yeah, chucking taps into drills is always scary. I'm making a C-clamp. .5, yeah. Yeah, I will make it straighter when I've tapped it. I have tried power tapping using a drill before. It was a bad idea. Don't do it. Of course, I made the mistake of trying to power tap with a 3mm tap. Snap that tap real fast. I don't think it was worth the extra time. It doesn't actually take that much time to do this. I've also power tapped using a hand drill, grabbing the piece that I'm trying to tap, trying to use the die on, and have the die set up in the vise with very limited success, because what you end up doing is cross-threading and strip threading, and it can get very messy very quickly. Much better to do it the slow, methodical, traditional way, unless you have a lathe, and then you can do all that to your heart's content. Yep, it's long enough. Yeah, that was my that was the oven. I was tempering that blade that I showed you earlier. I just got gifted a Imperial tap and die set by a friend of mine. I already had a metric, but he had the Imperial set, which was nice. So now I have both a metric and Imperial set that can go up to 1/4 inch or 12mm in the metric. Thread. Haven't tapered the thread yet. That's all right. Yeah, Eric, I'm doing that now that I have a set. I always need bigger stuff, but right now I'm good. Probably threaded too much bar, but that's fine. Just trying to get a feel for where it's lining up. See where I need to bend it. So it needs to go over that way and backwards a little bit. Cool. But before I do any of that, so it needs to go over this way and back a little bit. It's a bit tight there. Probably some swarf caught up in there. Just going to do some adjustments on the anvil. There we go. That'll do it. Right, now I need my hand drill. And let's go with a 4mm drill bit. That should do it. I should have turned that down a little bit before I did that. Oops. That's all right. It's plenty long enough. I can just do it again. Sorry, I'm moving a bit faster now because it's starting to reach the end of my limit. Oh, that didn't work. Hey, Ryan. How you going? You mean this thing? See you later, Floyd. This is just a bowl swage for dressing the inside of spoon bodies and stuff like that. All right, no longer need a 4mm, I need a 2mm. Probably should center punch that. There we go. That is a 3.2mm shaft. Yeah. Sorry guys, I'll get to the comments in a sec. I'm just making the waggler that's gonna support everything. So I'm just drilling a 3.2mm hole in this piece of 6mm mild steel. And then I'll countersink it with a 10mm drill bit. And that means that when I finally put it together, I'll have a support for everything. Maybe not a 10mm, maybe an 11mm, because reasons. Go. Now I'm just going to grind that round. Caitlin, avert your eyes. Instant 10mm belt. That was interesting. Let's not do that again. Let's That's what I get for using 120 J-Flex belt to try and grind with. Freehand grinding is fiddly that's really the pain in the butt. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna grind the ends off my fingertips. Too often I do. Yeah, I was standing off to the side, so it didn't. It just threw the belt. Sorry, Caitlin. Hey, Adam, how you going? Sorry, Caitlin. I mean, I say I'm sorry. I'm not really, but. There we go. Waggler. I'm right proud of that. It's not bad for a quick job. Let's just see. Yep, more than enough. Sweet. Why so stiff? bet it's because the stock itself wasn't round. That's okay. I'll weld a handle to the... Actually, I don't need to weld a handle to it, do I? I can bend it. Okay, how are we looking on heading? Yeah, straight. Could still do with being a bit more angled out. Try not to hit the threads. That'll do. That will do. Knife maker clamps. Which one are you talking about, Alex? Yeah, sorry, not sorry is exactly right. There is no this week's Forgecast, Jared, unfortunately. We took the week off. Both Alex and I needed the break. There'll be a better way to do that. Tempted to just twist it. With the torch. Oh, the can't twist clamps. Yeah, they're pretty cool. It's a little small to get my hammer in there. Also can't hammer on it too hard because it's only being supported by 6mm rod and I can't clamp the threads. There we go. It's below the level of the waggler. undo the threads up. Bent the bejesus out of the threads at the bottom, but that's fine because it was closed, which is why I did it that way. There we go, simple C-clamp. It's got the waggler, integral handle. Decided not to weld one on, and it tightens up pretty good. Clamps things. It's a little off center. Not unhappy about that for a first try. And like I said, this thing's going to be heated and reheated and reheated and reheated 100 times. So yeah, not bad for an hour and a half's work. Offset style of punch. Yeah, it's yeah. If I was making these regularly, I think I'd make a custom tool for it, but yeah, there you go. Little shitty C-clamp. And because I made it on stream and because why not, let's mark it. Maybe one day when I'm dead it'll be worth something. Just need to undo it. It's by no means professional. Let's just say that. Should do it. It looks pretty bad. Like, let's be real here. It looks pretty bad, but that's okay. Lots of chop marks on the inside of that. My maker's mark, but it'll do the job. It's the most important bit. Cool. There you go. Made a C-clamp. It is bloody hot and bloody humid today. Weather has been ridiculous. You're going to grave it and I'll be saying, yeah, no, not happening. I don't mind character left in Forge Tools as well, but I like my Forge Tools to be relatively clean. Like this punch that I made, you know, even twists, clean forgings. You know, there's slight marks on the rounding, but that's like fine. That's pretty clean. My problem with that is that it's got lots of mistake marks. You know, the chop marks on the insides of the corners, cupping on the outsides of the joints, rolling on the insides of the heel there, the heel here. Overall, it's a very ugly tool, but it's a usable tool, which is all I'm worried about. But you don't need to blow smoke up my ass when it comes to my work. So this will be used for, do I have a representative piece of something? Yes, there we go. That'll do. It'll be used for using in my straightening jigs for clamping when it goes into the oven. But also, I'm building a furnace for hanging swords in to heat treat. So it'll be used to grab the tang so that I can hang this from, hang the sword, or knife in this case, from the clamp. And it doesn't matter if this clamp gets ruined by the heat. It didn't cost me anything except a little bit of time. So, yeah, it'll be my furnace clamp. Hey, Metal Man, how you going? Yeah. You'd rather make your own shitty clamps. Yeah. I may make some better, like, heavy-duty ones in the future, but I just wanted to test the principle. You know, I'll probably make a few more because they're freaking expensive. Like, a C-clamp this size can be anywhere up to, like, $20. It's crazy. How's it going, Metal Man? Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate it. Just dropped in. All right, see you later, mate. But yeah, so, like, you know, while this isn't a, you know, factory standard, really high, you know, quality piece, it is forged steel rather than cast. And, yeah, I don't know, you know, it's just one of those things. I have some 12mm all thread to make some bigger ones. And I may make bigger ones in the future. But I actually want to make a couple more like this size, maybe a little narrower. I need to make a Bic iron for that though, just for hanging blades in the furnace. We shall see. I might need to make a G-clamp where it actually comes down a little bit further so that it clamps in the middle, and then make a horseshoe. Cast pot metal, yeah, exactly right. Proper forge clamps are hard to purchase for a decent amount of money. Most of the ones I have are shitty cast ones. I think this Trojan one cost me $15. It's forged, it's drop forged steel, you know, with the 10mm thread. But yeah, I mean, I can't sell them for that price. There's no way I could justify making them to sell for that price. And it's not going to happen. But, yeah, I just want to make them for myself because I'd much rather spend the time than the money because I don't have the money to spend. And that's one of the reasons why I won't be going to America. One of the many. reasons. Need a tool to make a tool. That's correct. Plus, I needed something to make today, so you know that's a thing. I got this blade. I'm not sure if you guys recognize the Damascus in that. Focus, you stupid fucking camera. Come on, there you go. It's ladder W's. It's not getting there that I'm worried about, Jared. It's affording me everything after that. And all for everything before that too. Anyway, yeah, new video out this week. I have no idea what it's going to be. Actually, no, I do. I have the billet already prepped. I promised a wrought iron backed Viking sax, and that's what this is. So, well, it's not a Viking sax, an Anglo-Saxon broke-back sax, because I've already done a continental sax. So that's this week's How to Forge. I'll get to that in the next couple of weeks, or the next couple of days, I should say. I have a couple more hammers that are going to end up being for sale soon. Have a 2-pound rounder, and I got a couple of 2-pound English cutlass hammers out of 40mm thread. So they'll be really cool threaded look. I really kind of like the look of that stuff. And I have a whole bunch of other hammers planned and axes and stuff. I got a lot of people asking me about hammers ever since I made that hammer for Seth. So it looks like I'll be back making hammers. My hammer eye punch is now working really well with that W360 from my friend. You got a plan, huh? Yeah. Wish I had a plan. But yeah, lots of stuff to go. Lots of stuff to go. With Perth Nitro down, I'm gonna try and change up my approach. I've got a lot of stuff that I need to get working on, like the sword and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah. Anyway, that being said, hope you guys have a good. Anyone to be kidding? No, don't worry about it, Wayne. I appreciate that, Caitlin, but that's not the issue. Anyway, I will catch you guys later. I'm gonna head inside, have a drink, sit down, cool down. See you later, guys.